I leave the Maharshi and wander away to a quiet spot in the jungle, where I spend most of the day among my notes and books. When dusk falls, I return to the hall, for within an hour or two a pony carriage or bullock cart will arrive to bear me away from the hermitage. Burning incense makes the air odorous. The Maharshi has been half reclining under the waving puka as I enter, but he soon sits up and assumes his favorite attitude. He sits with legs crossed, the right foot placed on the left thigh, and the left foot merely folded beneath the right thigh. I remember being shown a similar position by Brahma the yogi who lives near Madras, who called it the comfortable posture. It is really a half Buddha posture and quite easy to do. The Maharshi, as is his wont, holds his chin with his right hand and rests the elbow on a knee. Next, he gazes attentively at me, but remains quite silent. On the floor beside him, I notice his gourd shell water jug and his bamboo staff. They are his sole earthly possessions, apart from the strip of loincloth. What a mute commentary on our Western spirit of acquisitiveness. His eyes, always shining, steadily become more glazed and fixed. His body sets into a rigid pose. His head trembles slightly and then comes to rest. A few more minutes and I can plainly see that he has re-entered the trance-like condition in which he was when I first met him. How strange that our parting shall repeat our meeting. Someone brings his face close to mine and whispers in my ear, "The Maharshi has gone into holy trance. It is useless now to talk." A hush falls upon the little company. The minutes slowly pass, but the silence only deepens. I am not religious, but I can no more resist the feeling of increasing awe which begins to grip my mind than a bee can resist a flower in all its luscious bloom. The hall is becoming pervaded with a subtle, intangible, and indefinable power which affects me deeply. I feel without doubt and without hesitation that the center of this mysterious power is none other than the Maharshi himself. His eyes shine with astonishing brilliance. Strange sensations begin to arise in me. Those lustrous orbs seem to be peering into the inmost recesses of my soul. In a peculiar way, I feel aware of everything he can see in my heart. His mysterious glance penetrates my thoughts, my emotions, and my desires. I am helpless before it. At first, this disconcerting gaze troubles me. I become vaguely uneasy. I feel that he has perceived pages that belong to a past which I have forgotten. He knows it all, I am certain. I am powerless to escape. Somehow, I do not want to. Some curious intimation of future benefit forces me to endure that pitiless gaze. And so he continues to catch the feeble quality of my soul for a while, to perceive my motley past, to sense the mixed emotions which have drawn me this way and that. But I feel that he understands also what mind-devastating quest has impelled me to leave the common way and seek out such men as he. There comes a perceptible change in the telepathic current which plays between us. The while my eyes blink frequently, but his remain without the least tremor. I become aware that he is definitely linking my own mind with his, that he is provoking my heart into that state of starry calm which he seems perpetually to enjoy. In this extraordinary peace, I find a sense of exaltation and lightness. Time seems to stand still. My heart is released from its burden of care. Never again, I feel, Shall the bitterness of anger and the melancholy of unsatisfied desire afflict me? I realize deeply that the profound instinct which is innate in the race, which bids man look up, which encourages him to hope on, and which sustains him when life has darkened, is a true instinct, for the essence of being is good. In this beautiful entranced silence, when the clock stands still and the sorrows and errors of the past seem like trivialities, my mind is being submerged in that of the Maharshi, and wisdom is now there. What is this man's gaze but a thaumaturgic wand, which evokes a hidden world of unexpected splendor before my profane eyes? I have sometimes asked myself why these disciples have been staying around the sage for years, with few conversations, fewer comforts, and no external activities to attract them. Now I begin to understand, not by thought, but by lightning-like illumination, that through all those years they have been receiving a deep and silent reward. Hitherto, everyone in the hall has been hushed to a death-like stillness. At length, someone quietly rises and passes out. He is followed by another, and then another, until all have gone. I am alone with the Maharshi. Never before has this happened. His eyes begin to change. They narrow down to pinpoints. The effect is curiously like the stopping down in the focus of a camera lens. There comes a tremendous increase in the intense gleam which shines between the lids, now almost closed. Suddenly, my body seems to disappear, and we are both out in space. It is a crucial moment. I hesitate and decide to break this enchanter's spell. Decision brings power, and once again I am back in the flesh, back in the hall. No word passes from him to me. I collect my faculties, look at the clock, and rise quietly. The hour of departure has arrived. I bow my head in farewell. The sage silently acknowledges the gesture. I utter a few words of thanks. Again, he silently nods his head. I linger reluctantly at the threshold. Outside, I hear the tinkle of a bell. The bullock cart has arrived. Once more, I raise my hands, palms touching. And so we part.